The United States of America is cutting $50 million in aid to Zambia because of what they describe as a systematic theft. So they're accusing Zambians of being thieves. And then we're going to go to Kenya. In Kenya, the court has sentenced 4 men and fined them big amount of money for trying to smuggle queen ants out of the country. Crazy stuff. What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for stopping by. We appreciate it. We're going to be very quick, okay? It's a lot to talk about. You're brand new, welcome. We like you here. We want you here. Please stay. Click on the button, subscribe, so we're going to be a family. Awesome. The USA said on Thursday it will cut $50 million in annual aid to Zambia because of what is described as systematic theft of donated drugs and medical supplies.
It is with a heavy heart that I must announce that the United States is cutting $50 million, that's 1.4 billion kwacha, in annual aid to Zambia provided for medications and medical supplies.
So what you understand here is very simple. The US provide aids to Zambia in terms of drugs and medical supply. And what they're saying is they've noticed Zambians are thieves. They're not using the $50 million and the medication for the right purpose. Washington's ambassador to the country, Michael Gonzalez, said the difficult decision came after repeated warnings to the government to safeguard the vital medicines. So multiple warnings have been issued to the government of Zambia to stop allowing the funds and the medication to be misused. This obviously includes life-saving drugs to treat malaria, HIV, and tuberculosis. It's crazy, fellas, because this is not the first time I hear such stories. And this is not limited to Zambia. I've heard about this in another country in East Africa. You know, people that receive aid coming from foreign countries will take the fundings related to medicals. Instead of giving it to the people, they sell it and keep the money. America say no. The embassy said they discovered in 2021 that medicine and medical supplies that were meant to be provided free to Zambians were being taken and sold to pharmacies across the country. This is crazy, fellas. I mean, they're sending you stuff for free and your leaders are taking the free stuff, selling it to you. This is insane. An investigation around 2,000 pharmacies in Zambia between 2021 and 2023 found that nearly half of them were selling medicines and products paid for by the US Aid Fund. So 2,000 pharmacies in Zambia sell medication and medicine that were actually provided free through the US Aid Fund. Let me repeat myself. 2,000 pharmacies in Zambia, according to this investigation, are selling to the people medications they receive for free from America. You tell me black people is your brother. Who told you that? It's my brother. Who's your brother? Your brother selling you medicine you get for free. Is that your brother? This is crazy because I remember many years ago, I went to a foreign country. I was stuck. What I noticed was sad because amongst other races, people helped each other. One black that's had a job opportunity. I worked, let's say, in a farm. I got opportunities. Let's say the farmer said, I need 50 people to work. The black person the farmer sends to find the people to go work, he will go see his friend and say, oh, I got a job for you, but you need to pay me. How much? $50 or $100. So you got to pay me $100 so you can get a job. But in the meantime, the white man, the farmer, gave him an opportunity to bring 50 people for free. And he's going to ask everybody $100. And you ask him why, he say, oh, I suffered too, When I came into this country, I suffered, so they're not going to have it easy. It's insane. It's crazy. So they get the medication for free from America and they sell it to the people. This including tuberculosis medication. This is clearly people that are very, very sick. HIV medication and many other things. Gonzalez, the American, said the Zambian government failed to do enough to address the corruption after being informed of the theft last year. He said the US was no longer willing to underwrite the personal enrichment of fraudsters with American taxpayers' money. Now, people say Donald Trump is racist. Look, is he racist following up with such thing? Why would you give somebody an opportunity if you think he's racist to be racist? Why? Why do you do that? Why can't you do things normally? I don't understand. The US Embassy in Zambia says it accounts for about 1/3 of public health spending in the country. So 1/3 of public spending in Zambia is accounted by the US. In the meantime, you're paying for it. It's crazy, fellas. I mean, we spoke about Zambia a few days ago, where the US also issued, a very scary statement to the people of America trying to travel to Zambia to be very careful because of a brand new law, a cyber law, that will enable the Zambian government to search your devices, your cell phone, your computers, to access your telecommunication without necessarily having you approve to it. The Cyber Crimes Act allows the law enforcement with warrant to search devices and extract data deemed evidence of an offense or acquired through illegal means. So what can happen? Cyber inspectors can access, scan, or size information system without prior notice, but must have a warrant. A warrant is a mandate by Zambian constitution. Now, they also issued obligation to service providers. Electronic service providers must maintain a system capable of lawful inspection and store call-rated data. In simple English, your internet service provider must give them access to every data that they want. Obviously, this law was criticized by some Zambians as well. Like Yohan Shira called the law a sad day for Zambia, affecting not just journalists but all citizens. So what does the government say about this? Government officials and some ruling party members like Spooky Mulemwa argue that the laws are progressive to protect against cyber attacks, fraud, and disinformation. I mean, people can find any law to justify a cyber attack, disinformation. Yeah, so it's interesting because the leader of Zambia, during another term, he called it a dark road to digital dictatorship, in contrast with what's happening to now. So when there was another president, he said it's dictatorship, but now it's different. So that's what it is, fellas. Zambia has been issued a warning, and now America is going to act on it. They've told them you need to crack down on the people that are stealing the goods that we're sending you. So some people argue that the leaders are aware of what's happening. It's a system, it's a cartel where they actually make extra money by reselling free medication, free funding sent by America. Do you think Americans are racist? I'm just asking. Do you think Trump and his group are racist? If they are, why would you give them an opportunity to reaffirm that? Why do you give them reason to say you can't help these people? Because if you help them, look at what they do. They resell it to their own people. I don't understand. When you give a black man, take this share with everybody, he doesn't share equally. I'm sorry, for majority of cases. I'm not going to say everybody, but for the majority of cases, they give him 100 pieces of whatever, give it to everybody. He's going to keep probably 7 for himself. Oh, I'm keeping this for the future. It's crazy. Why? Now we're going to Kenya. A Kenyan court has sentenced 4 men to 1 year in prison or pay a fine of $7,700. You're probably asking yourself, why have they been sentenced? Well, they've been sentenced for trying to smuggle thousands of live queen ants out of the country. The 4 subject, 2 Belgians, 1 Vietnamese, and 1 Kenyan. And these are 18 and 19-year-old Belgian boys, 22-year-old Vietnamese, and a 24-year-old Kenyan. And this obviously had been facilitated because they pleaded guilty to the charges. The Belgian told the court that they were collecting it as a hobby. It wasn't for anything illegal or selling it. It was just playful. Having 5,000 ants? What for? Magistrate Njidi Tuku say while collecting a few ants might be considered an hobby, but being found with 5,000 ants, that is beyond crazy. So these ants are very interesting. Apparently on the black market, you get them for $220. I mean, now just imagine you being stopped with 5,000 ants worth at least 220. Do the calculation. How much is that? That's a lot of money right now. So this took a little bit of a time, to think about and try to understand, because the judgment came very slowly. And some people believe, obviously, the Belgian government and some people in power, they paid some money to the government. Yeah, anyway, so the kid can go. In either case, whether this is truth or not, because it's not confirmed, should we say congratulations to the Kenyans for reinforcing the law? Because you can't go to somebody's country and take things. This is not different from taking elephants' horns, right? Do we say congratulations or what? My question is this. Do you think if these kids were from Nigeria, they would have been issued a 1 year imprisonment or $7,000 payment to be free? Either way, Zambia, bad. The US is very angry. The ambassador said they're going to stop the funding. Some people used to go get HIV medication for free because of the US. Now, those medication and tuberculosis medication and many other medication are being sold to the market. America now accounts for 1/3 of the medication sold into the market in Zambia. 2,000 pharmacies resell things they get from America. Who is on top of that? Let me know how you feel about this. It was a great pleasure. We love Zambia. This is all for entertainment purpose. Take it easy.